Hey guys, Justin here with a quick pickups video along with some announcements that I wanted to make, and I do apologize for going over a week now, I think, without uploading a video, but I just really haven't been having that much luck finding stuff out in the wild recently. But I do have some pretty cool stuff here, and I do believe I have a minimal amount of Spyglasses footage for you guys to check out, so I'm going to insert that right here, and then like I said, at the end of the video I do have some announcements that I wanted to make, so check it out.
Alright, well, this is dedication, folks. In the middle of a blizzard here, I am out making the thrift store rounds. I just hit up Goodwill. Didn't find anything, unfortunately, but they were actually closing early. I think they're closing in like 10 minutes just because the weather's so shitty here. And this semi has me blocked in to the parking lot. So I've just been waiting here patiently for it to move. So I figured I'd make a quick vid for you guys. I'm going to the St. Vinny's right now, so wish me luck there. Alright, so this is what I mean. I can't see shit, and we're out thrifting. I've been meaning to check out this motel right here. On their little sign there, it says like pool, sauna, and game room. Not kidding. So, maybe they have some sweet arcade cabs or something. Ryan and I have been tempted to go in there and check it out, but it's just such a sketchy place. And there's a stuck car. They are not getting out of there.
Alright, so this first pickup here comes from FYE.com. And for anyone who doesn't know what FYE is, I believe it stands for For Your Entertainment, although I'm not 100% sure on that. But basically what happened was Ryan had given me a gift card to FYE, and he had received it as a gift a couple years ago actually, but never used it and told me he was never going to do anything with it. So he recommended that I take it and buy myself something nice with it. So I went on FYE.com and I was looking through their video games. They don't have anything retro or anything like that. I think they only go back as far as like the original DS. But I did find this for $12.99, and it's Children of Mana for the Nintendo DS. And this was used, which is why it was a little cheaper, I think. And I had no idea if it was going to come complete or if it was just going to be the card, but lucky for me, it did come complete and in very nice shape. Both the game card and the manual are still in the plastic over there from where they shipped it. But yeah, I don't know if Ryan was just unaware that they sold video games or what, or else I'm sure he would have used the gift card himself. But I'm probably just going to end up giving this to him anyway. He's way more apt to play it than I will. I was never really a fan of the Mana series, or at least Secret of Mana on the Super Nintendo. I know some people swear by that game, but I wasn't feeling it. And I don't think this one is like a traditional Mana game anyway. It looks more like a card game or something like that. But yeah, I'll probably be giving this to Ryan. I just thought it was a pretty cool pickup to show there. And these next two pickups here actually come from our local St. Vincent de Paul thrift store. The first one you might have seen in the Spyglasses footage at the beginning, but I was actually shocked to find this. It's a PS2 game, and the reason I was shocked to find it is because they had put out no other new games. This was the only new game that they had there, and it ended up being quite a winner. It's Shin Megami Tensei Persona 3, again for the PS2, and this is complete and in very nice shape. And you'll have to forgive me, I really don't know anything about this series. I do know that they made more than one of these games on the PS2, but other than that, I really don't know much. GameSpot gave it the best RPG of 2007 on the back there, and it's an Atlas title, so I suppose you can't really go wrong. I only paid $2.50 for this, which I thought was a great deal. I'm pretty sure it's still like a $20 game, and I'm pretty sure Ryan will probably be interested in this as well. And then actually that same day, after I turned off the spyglasses, I checked the glass case real quick right before I paid for this, and saw that they had one Game Boy Advance game in there for $1.45. So I went ahead and picked it up. It's The Legend of Spyro: The Eternal Night. You know, the Spyro series is pretty popular, so I figured I couldn't go wrong for $1.45. So that was a nice little find there. But the real score of this video, anyway, came from the Goodwill. Last Friday morning, I believe. I went up there with my cousin, and of course the one time I find something good at the Goodwill, I'm not wearing the spyglasses, so you'll have to excuse me on that one. But basically, I walked in there, I noticed they had a few new PS2 games and original Xbox games in the glass case up front, and I walked by those over to the carts of stuff that we were waiting to get put on the shelves. It's all priced and everything, it's just the employees haven't put it out on the shelves yet. So I was walking over there, and I saw this sticking up from one of the bins. A PS2 controller, so I was like, alright, and I went over there and I picked it up and was amazed to see that it was actually bundled with a PS2 Slim system here, the black one, and it had both adapters here, and then another controller actually. And what was even more amazing was that was all only marked for $9.99. And I mean, this Goodwill is priced these bundles as high as, like, you know, $20, $25, which I probably still would have paid, honestly, but you can't go wrong for $9.99 on that. And what was even better was when I picked this bundle up, I kid you not, underneath it was this. A complete PS2 FAT system. So, I mean, we got the system here, and then both the adapters, the two controllers here. And that bundle, just like the other one, was marked for $9.99. Excellent, excellent price on that. And so I ended up picking them both up. I did test everything. They both work, and everything works with the exception of one controller. I believe it was this one here. For some reason, the left on the D-pad's not working. But, you know, I still got 3 working controllers, and I have extras if I really wanted to. But, yeah, $9.99 a piece on those. And so I grabbed those and I rushed over to where they put the games, thinking that, you know, they probably put out some PlayStation games, and sure enough, they did. They only had a few of them, though, and unfortunately, the few that they had, for the most part, were in horrendous condition. I mean, the discs were completely destroyed, completely unplayable. I did end up picking one game up, though, Crash Bandicoot 2, Cortex Strikes Back. I've been looking out for a complete Black Label copy of this for a while now. And this one is exactly that, although the disc, like I said, is not in the greatest condition. I'm not going to be able to show it on the camera, but it's pretty scratched up, but it still should play. Off the top of my head, I know they had a Crash Bandicoot Warped there too, but that disc was, like I said, completely destroyed, so I didn't pick that up. And then I did end up getting one of the games out of the glass case up front. It's Greatest Hits, but it's Star Wars Battlefront 2 for the PS2. Complete, and the disc is in pretty good shape. And I think this is the second copy of this that I have now. They are both available for trade if anyone's interested. I just picked it up because I knew, you know, Battlefront 2 is a pretty popular game, so I figured I couldn't go wrong with that. And the icing on the cake was that a couple nights ago, our local Goodwill was selling gift certificates again. Like I mentioned before, sometimes what our local Goodwill does is through our local news agency, they'll sell $25 gift cards for $15 or something like that. And in this case, they were selling $20 gift cards for $10, which I thought was even better. So I ended up picking up 3 of them for $30, and I mean, they're only good for 2 months, so obviously I didn't want to buy 10 of them. I'd be stuck with them at the end of 2 months and not be able to use them. But I did use one of them to buy this. So basically, I got these system bundles for $5 a piece. So $10 for both of them, and then these games were another, $4 a piece. But that was a very successful trip to the Goodwill, I'd say, and just about the only good thing that I've found over the past few weeks there. Now after that, my cousin and I went up to our local Best Buy because I'd gotten a lead from TMD121 who had told me that Best Buys had recently marked their used PS2 and PSP games down to 99 cents a piece. And they just had their big President's Day sale where they were selling Pokemon Black and White 2 for $15 a piece. I know a lot of you picked those up. I saw a lot of those in pickup videos over the last week. But sure enough, I went there, and they did have the majority of their used PS2 games for 99 cents a piece. They didn't have any used PSP games, so I don't know if someone bought them already or if they just never had any, but I ended up picking up a nice stack of PS2 games here, And obviously, you know, they're not the most quality titles in the world, but some of them are actually pretty good for 99 cents, I'd say. And I believe most of them are complete. They're all well, shrink wrapped here. This one's got like yellow shrink wrap on it, so I wasn't able to check, but obviously all the discs are in there and everything, and I think most of them are complete. So I'll start showing them what we got. Again, $1 a piece on all these. We got the Godfather of the game, Greatest Hits Splinter Cell. This is one of the better ones, a Black Label God of War. I don't know really why I bought this one. Bratz Rock Angels. Now, I mean, I pretty much grabbed all the ones they had, except I think they had a few sports ones, and then they had a few that were they didn't have the original case with them, so I didn't buy those for $1. But I guess I just ended up picking up that while I was picking up the rest of these. This one here I've never heard of, but it looks pretty cool. Drakengard or Drakengard. Not exactly sure how to pronounce it, but looks like a pretty legit Square Enix game to me. I don't think this one's worth a whole lot for being a Square Enix game, but still for $1. We got Naruto Ultimate Ninja 3. This one does feel like it's missing the manual. We got another copy of Splinter Cell. This one's Black Label. We got another God of War, although this one is Greatest Hits. We got Ty the Tasmanian Tiger. We got Pirates Legend of the Black Buccaneer. Another Splinter Cell Black Label. The Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy, I believe. The name's covered up there. I think it's Mandy. Dynasty Warriors 4. Shell Shock Nam 67. Another one of the cooler ones here, Soul Calibur 3. Unfortunately, this one does feel like it's missing a manual. We got Jak and Daxter, the Precursor Legacy. And then finally, Jak X Combat Racing. And again, 99 cents a piece on those. I pretty much cleared them out of all of the you know, games they had, at least the ones that had the cases and weren't sports games. So I was pretty happy with that. You know, normally I don't even go to our local Best Buy for anything just because it's a retail store, but that was definitely below retail prices on those. So I was pretty happy with that. And then the last things I have to show for this video, say stack of PlayStation games here that I had mentioned probably a few videos ago now. That Dave's mom had beat me up to the Goodwill one of the days they were putting out PlayStation games and had snatched up a few of the better titles with the intent to, you know, give them to me. And I finally got around to grabbing them from Dave. But I'll show you guys what we got here. We got Crash Bandicoot 2, Cortex Strikes Back. So second one picked up in this video. This one is Greatest Hits though, but the disc is in much better condition than that other one. This one here, unfortunately, is missing a manual, but it's still a Spyro game. It's Year of the Dragon. It does have the back case insert there. And we got a Greatest Hits Croc Legend of the Gobos. And finally, a Greatest Hits Spyro the Dragon in very nice shape. So I do owe a big thank you to Dave's mom once again for, you know, always looking out for us and picking up the better games for us. So thank you to her. Alright, so on to some of the announcements that I wanted to make. This first one pertains to what may or may not be the next video we upload, depending on how much stuff I find in the wild over the next week or two. But you guys know that I'm a huge fan of Super Metroid on the Super Nintendo, my favorite game of all time, in fact. And I've also stated before that I do make a hobby out of speedrunning this game. And some of you lately have been interested in maybe seeing me do a run-through of this game, maybe with some commentary. And honestly, that's something that I've always been wanting to do since I started speedrunning this game. I just never got around to it until recently, but that's currently what I'm working on. You know, recording myself doing a run-through of the game, and then I'm going to do some post-commentary, kind of, you know, explaining my way through it and everything. I just think it'll be something cool, a little switch up from just a normal pickup video, and you know, it wouldn't be an obnoxiously long video or anything like that. I can generally beat the game in under an hour, so the video wouldn't be any longer than that. And I just, like I said, I just think it'd be something cool, a little switch up from just a normal pickup video. So I'll look forward to that coming soon. The next announcement has to do more with game hunting. Mine and Ryan and Dave's spring break is coming up here next week, and unfortunately Ryan has to work for a lot of it, but Dave and I are actually going to be taking a little road trip over to Minneapolis, Minnesota, which I believe is like 6 hours west of here. That's where Dave's sister is currently living, and so we're going to go visit her and obviously make a video game hunting road trip out of it. More than likely, all the footage we take and all the pickups and everything is going to be divided up, like our last road trip video, into probably 2 or 3 videos. I wouldn't want to make, just one long one. But yeah, we're going to, obviously hit up the thrift stores, the game stores on the way there, as well as in Minneapolis itself. We're going to hit up the Mall of America. So it should be a pretty fun time. Like I said, we'll definitely do a video on some of the stores we visit and all the stuff we find. So look forward to that coming soon. And that leads me to the final announcement about the Midwest Gaming Classic that's going on in just outside of Milwaukee, Wisconsin, I believe. Coming up, I think it's the weekend of March, the 22nd, whatever weekend that is. But I can happily say that myself, Ryan, and Dave will all be in attendance. The Business 17 crew is making the road trip down there. I think Milwaukee's like 5 hours south of here. So again, pretty decent road trip, but obviously we're planning to take the camera and not only film at the Midwest Gaming Classic convention itself, but also document the way down. And we're obviously going to be hitting up the thrift stores and the game stores down in that area. I think we're planning to leave early on Friday, do some game hunting then, and obviously hit up the convention on Saturday, which rolls over into Sunday, and we have the weekend passes. So we will be there both days. And I know some of our subscribers have already gotten in contact with me and said that they were going to be there as well, which is awesome. We definitely look forward to maybe seeing you guys and talking to some of you. So definitely look out for us there. And it should be a good time. We're all really excited about it. So can't wait for that. And I think that's everything I wanted to say. As always, I want to thank you guys for sticking around and checking out the whole video. And until next time, take care.